Rave it, baby.
Well, I'm pretty sure all our institutions are corrupt and not great. So I'll put, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Give it a thumbs down, Drew.
Based on the fact that it's an institution and American alone, or do you have some personal beef?
Personal beef. Personal beef and cheese.
What's the personal beef and cheese that you have this week with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Well, that it took so long for Warren Zevon to get in there. Now, what does it even matter?
Yeah, right.
When
you do the right thing way too late.
Yeah. After people have protested for years and years and years, it's not because you recognize the fucking, amazing talent. You wanted to give him his flowers. No,
right.
It wasn't. You're like,
what are we supposed to do now? We're supposed to thank the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for doing what they were supposed to do, and they did it years later.
Right.
And people aren't saying that. People are like, hey, all you people who've been clamoring for Warren Zevon to get in the Hall of Fame, why are you not thanking them now?
No, it's because you should have done that. You should have been doing it.
Should have been done it.
You should have been done it. Motherfucker, don't ask. I'm not kiss your ass about this.
Also, you didn't really do it the way that we were asking for. You let him in as a writer.
Yeah.
Not as an artist.
Yeah.
So you didn't do what we were asking for, and you did it 2 years too late or 5 years too late. We're not talking about Warren Zevon, are we? When did you stop talking about Warren Zevon?
When did I?
Yeah, because I'm saying during this conversation, I started talking about something else.
What were you talking about?
I was definitely talking about Trump and the Palestinian peace.
Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, right, that's the same thing.
Same thing.
It's like, number one, there's a big difference between, like, peace and, like, lifting the fucking, you know what I mean? Lifting
a ceasefire versus free Palestine, not the same thing.
Right, exactly. But, these people neither know anything about diplomacy or politics or freedom. They don't know shit.
They don't know shit.
Just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just like the fucking Nobel Peace Prize. All of it. Corrupt institutions run by, what would you call them? Ignoramuses?
I would call them clout chasers.
No,
I think that we have a culture in the West that has become so obsessed with clout and or fame, if you want to throw that word at it. And it's being equated with power to the point where now it is powerful to have clout.
Is it though?
Yeah.
You're just a useful mechanism for the empire.
Sure, but you are acting as if the only desire one could have would be to destroy the empire and or liberate people, but people want to use power for way different stuff than that. And so, yes, if you become getting lots of land, money, and bitches.
You ain't gonna get who you gonna get land from? Who you gonna get bitches? You get bitches.
I feel like you're not listening to me or something, because I feel like you're undermining your own argument.
You trying to hold me down and hold up the empire, Drew.
I'm not trying to hold up the empire. I am saying people who... Will you let me finish? I'm saying that people who hold up the empire, you can't sit here and act like they're not rewarded in some capacity. Otherwise, what the fuck's even going on here?
I'm saying, they're rewarded. They're rewarded as nice little servants. Nice little fucking, oh, you did good. Here you are. You get this $1 million in FartCoin. Look at you. You
billions of dollars in FartCoin. That's right. Billions of dollars in FartCoin.
Yeah.
Did you see The Big Short?
I did see The Big Short.
Well, I'm not meaning the movie. I mean the most recent one. But did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Did you see how they shorted Bitcoin or whatever last week?
Yeah.
It's like almost that's my version, I think, of you with your right-wing media that you consume, like your stories. These grifts are just, I'm watching them, I'm going, damn, that's how they do it. Yeah. It's not sophisticated at all, but in some ways that's brilliance.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's great. It's great to watch somebody grift and get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm quite there. It's more just like, yeah, maybe that is where I'm at. I don't know.
That's 100% where you're at. You're not like, that was a dumb thing to do to dumb people. That wasn't even smart. That wasn't even a smart thing to do.
And they're gonna get away with it.
They're gonna get away with it.
There's scary versions too. I was on Reddit the other day and they were talking about something Speaker Mike Johnson had said as it relates to ICE. I don't even remember what it was, but there was the top comment, and then they get upvoted on Reddit. So the one that most people liked or agreed with was basically just like this long-winded thing about the rules, about how they can't do them. Like,
yeah.
We're still trying to quote rule books to the people who are pissing on the rule book.
Yeah.
But that means it's gonna work. These although they're so dumb, it might not work. Let's get into that. Fuck it. You don't know what's gravy for me, DJ?
What is that?
Watching these fat fuck ICE agents get sent back to Texas, and then they show up with the National Guard in Portland, and it's just a furry convention in the street. It's so funny. Like, at the very least, we have to enjoy how funny this has been.
Yeah.
I know it's dark. I know some dark shit's happening. I'm not trying to downplay that, but if I'm not allowed to laugh at these fat fuck mustachioed idiots at facing off against a full-grown them in a dinosaur outfit.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me is to imagine that it is scary for these National Guardsmen because they're new maybe and they haven't actually seen war. So it's just like they're really terrified of the dancing emojis.
Yeah.
They're writing home. You ain't seen the things I've seen.
Yeah.
5 years from now, they're reading a children's book to their kid and they start having flashbacks because there's a purple fucking lizard on the page.
Yeah.
Start freaking out. Soy milk latte. I'll never go back.
Yeah, it's I also like all the crazy they drove down there. There were nude bicyclers and everybody clutching their pearls about that. Like, bro, the president is on the Epstein list, dog. Like, what are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying. It's like the people doing the rule book.
Yeah. The rules are out of that. The rules they're gone. They're gone. All of it's gone. I like Portland. I do understand also though that like Portland, I like they've got it easier than Chicago, I guess. Even though, I mean, I don't know, man. Chicago's pretty bad when you have Black Hawk helicopters and shit. Be a lot harder to.
It's hard to find anything funny about Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why my comedic brain went straight to Portland.
Yeah,
not only because there's no one like dancing in a lizard. I mean, the reason there's no one dancing in a lizard outfit has to do with the socioeconomic realities,
right,
and the places that are being attacked in that very black city. So yeah, it's a very different, less funny thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The funny thing there though is that all those fat Texans got sent home.
That is funny.
There's a darkly funny part of this though. Vic Mensa turned me onto this of all people. This is not exactly how it happened, but in a macro, in a flyover sense, Texas bust thousands upon thousands of Venezuelans to Chicago.
Yeah.
And now they're sending the Texas National Guard to go round up Venezuelans.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, that's what they're saying. We all know that it's really just pretext to like terrorize and whatever. I get all that. But on paper, that's darkly funny. Like, hey, man, you didn't just keep them here if you're worried about the Venezuelans.
And then you're going to go invade Venezuela Like, what do you think that that's going to do? What a bunch of idiots. Like, just really, just no plan,
None.
no,
Well,
no
they got a
nothing.
plan. They have
Well, they have
several plans. They're barely cohesive, and most of it seems to be literally. And I don't blame him for this. I'm going to invoke someone who you're not supposed to bring up, but I want to be clear that I don't actually blame him for this. It feels like the plan on an international level is like a Rogan sphere idea of war. It feels like Pete Hegseth thinks we're going to like deliver a good speech and a Tom Hanks movie is going to win a war for us.
Yeah.
It's that thing that Smarter Mark brought up. He sent us that text or that tweet. I mean, everyone's politics seems like a 12-year-old now. And by the way, even mine. I said this on Well Read this week. I was explaining this tweet to Corey. Even mine is a 12-year-old. The tweet itself, I'll pull it up real quick. Again, Mark sent me this. It's very funny. So that's why I'm going through the time it takes to do this. Working on a new unified theory of American reality. I'm calling everyone is 12 now. I'm strong, and I want to have like 50 kids in a farm. Of course you do, buddy. You're 12. I don't want to eat vegetables. I think steak and french fries is the only good meal. Hell yeah, dude. You're 12. Maybe if there's crime, we just send in the army. Hey, bless your heart, dude. You're 12. Hegseth is doing that on an international level. Give her all the generals. I'm telling them we're mean now. We're done with woke. Okay, buddy. Great.
Yeah.
And my reaction is 12. To a certain extent, my reaction is the people I was making fun of, really. The people I was making fun of a minute ago who are doing the rule book. That was me until like 5 months ago. That was me going, you're not allowed to. Well, you're not allowed to do that, JD Vance.
Yeah.
Okay, but he is.
Yeah.
So go get your dad.
Yeah.
Where's my dad at? Who's my dad? And I do wish I had that. Politically, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, it's crazy. I think that there is that. I think there is that. I think all that is that. On the flip side of this, and I really want to say this is really timely, because I've been in contact with like a lot of different people here recently. You know what I mean? Like I've been talking to people people who I haven't talked to since before I went to Minnesota. You know what I mean? And a lot of shit has happened since then. And I really feel like there is this like, I don't know if it's fatigue and it's like, or what it is, but there are people out there who are really doing shit who are like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. They're pulling the copper out, they're fucking, basically they're fucking looting a sinking ship. And like, all we can do is like get out in our community and work and do this stuff. And it's like, that's what's up.
That's not being 12.
That's not,
Yeah. Because the looting thing, and that's another, we'll do it through the 12-year-old joke lens again of the money's on the internet now.
Yeah.
It's clearly just this grift. They're stripping the copper out of America. I agree with you there. The issue, though, is what does it mean to get out in your community, right? And like where I'm living here now, it's like it's poverty. There's like some things to address. Like if you're in Chicago, the issue is, in fact, the boot of fascism is on your community's throat. And that's where it's like, it's not enough to just say, and by the way, at the end of this, I don't have the answer, but it's not enough to say to them mutual aid. Like they need something more robust to deal with the fact that people are literally being kidnapped out of their fucking neighborhoods and buildings.
Right. Right. And that's something that like, unfortunately, it's almost like the Gaza situation where it's like, okay, this is why the position I've always taken, like those people out there, unfortunately, it is up to them. It is up to them. And I mean, so far, I mean, I'm not one of these people who think that there's ever going to be a Riviera or anything out there. I don't know what the end result is, but I know they ain't going to be disarming them. So, like, there's nothing you can really do. I mean, I've sent money. I've sent, I know people who sent money. I've talked all I can about it. That's all I can do. The rest of it's on them. Like the people in Chicago, they've got to take care of the people in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be politicians that do that. I mean, hopefully you have some political backup, but like, do you know what I mean? They got to figure that out. People in the South, we got our own battles to fight. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Maybe this is the 12-year-old in me talking, but I do feel like if someone smart and strong enough in the political world would just like be honest. No, they don't exist. It's right now. But historically, the moment we are living in is in fact ripe for someone to build a coalition of fuck this shit.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to really fucking, dude. The only way you're gonna do that, and you're ever gonna, it's like voting local, right? Yeah. The only way you're gonna be able to change that is to get out into your community, help people. I mean, and that shit's going on, man. That shit is really fucking going. That shit is really happening.
It has to.
But it's happening on a minute scale. I think the main thing is like, how do you popularize that? How do you have to change the culture? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it makes you feel better to vote, please do that. But like, you've got to go out, and also you got to change the culture to where like all these signs and flags and all this other shit, it doesn't matter. It has to be a culture of helping each other outside of like, you know what I mean? Outside of anything else, without a flag, without a symbol, without a fucking, I've been talking to something with people like, you want to stamp the stamp of mutual aid on your shit, but at the same time, like, that you start getting into risky territory when
people don't like certain words or they think certain things about it all.
Crazy. Yeah, man,
everything sucks.
No, everything's rad. It just needs to get rad.
Yeah, it's a paradox. You're not wrong, but everything also does suck, in fact.
You have to create a culture. You have to like inspire a culture of doing work and helping and like, dude, your job, you have to fucking, you're not doing anything by like fucking running around with your hair on fire. You've got to actually go out there, and voting really isn't going to help people, especially if all your
they just gutted the Voting Act. I mean, it's quite literally not going to work.
Exactly. So you're going to have to go with Plan B here, and that's even with like if you're involved with people who you're not. Sorry, I'm all on this shit because it's all I've been talking about for like a week and a half. But like, sorry. So I'm not trying to preach, but I'm very inspired, and I feel like there's ways to get out there.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to get out there. In fact, this is sort of your point. It's the only way to sort of deal with right now, other than, in my opinion, violence. And I'm not recommending anyone do that. I think that at this point, that would be frivolous. There might be a point where I stop feeling that way. But what else is gravy for you, buddy?
Well, dude, wait, awesome. We're talking about violence, and I think people really have to take a real, before you start talking about violence, also realize they will drop a fucking missile on you. Do you know what I'm saying? Look up the what is it, Move, and I think it was in St. Louis, where they just bombed a city block.
They did it in Philadelphia too.
In Philadelphia, that's it. Yeah. So, dude, they will fucking drone strike, like, before you even start thinking about shit like that.
Right.
Like, get it out of your head.
Well, no, it has to be desperate. I mean, it has to be like, okay, but if they do that, that'll be better than whatever this is.
Okay, or just throwing this out here. All right, you can go help people and help each other and create a
Yeah. You and I can. I do think there are Americans, probably already, but definitely at some point going to be put in a position where, like, no, I get that they might do that, but I've made peace with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm looking out my window, not me right now, but I'm this person in my mind. Yeah, I'm looking out my window at it's already over. It's already so like, yeah. Because like when they said they were going to go to Memphis, there were a lot of people who were like, there's parts of Memphis they're not going to go into. And I was like, that may be true at first, but as soon as one of these fat fucks from Texas gets shot, they're going to bomb that part of Memphis. But then I thought, well, fuck them, what you got to lose? Anyway, I really wanted to ask you what else is gravy. And I wanted to ask you about the weather and your fall harvest. If that is going on yet, what do you got? I've seen a picture of some pumpkins. I want to know about those. We found, I think, wildflowers down here in this field. I didn't know we had fall wildflowers in this town.
Oh yeah, we got got a bunch of the big blues and the our morning glories are like starting to really come out. So that's real trippy. And yeah, so they're all blue and purple and gray. Well, yeah, it's real pretty. And the what do they call ash trees? Real bright and blue and white and yellow, and that's beautiful. And like it's a feeling. I tell you, it's really awesome. It's like being at a situation now where like not only do we know what to do here, like we're not figuring it out as we go, but we're already set up to do that. So we're already like super ahead of the game on like the last couple years. I don't know how long it's been, 3 or 4 years, but like the last few years, it's like, okay, well, how do you take care of this? How do you control it? This is with like having animals outside. This is like, it's supposed to be a super snowy, who knows, winter, but like, so like scared about, how do you keep them out? How do you keep them safe? How do you keep, I don't know if you keep your chicken coop heated or if you use brooders or anything like that, or like how do you manage to do all that stuff, and how do you keep your pipes from blowing up? And like, we have a bathroom situation in here, but we also mainly use it outside. But we didn't even have to like, nothing even froze until like the beginning of December last year. So like, it's weird how the weather does that here. It says with the heat too. It's like we get 1 month where it's like a couple weeks of like freeze, but the rest of the time it's just kind of, it's cold, but it's not freezing. In the same way with
bust your pipes.
You're right. In the same way with the heat, it's not like consecutively frozen to where your pipes are
I
getting.
think that's going to change.
Okay.
What do you think that's going to change?
I mean, it's supposed to just get hotter, right? I mean, that's what's going to.
It is, but I do think part of it is the winter might be more extreme. I think there'll be like bigger. I could be wrong. Like I know, for example, I have a lot of friends in Athens. A lot of them dealt with frozen, busted pipes 2 winters ago because it had just never gotten that cold that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about like I know of 2 businesses and 3 houses that just had busted pipes, and it was happening all over Athens because it just hadn't been getting that cold there. So I think, yes, it's going to get hotter, but I think the winters in some places are going to be more extreme.
Well, for us, all of our pipes are like, we've got like heating coils for them and stuff like that we wrap on them, and then like we keep them wrapped up, or just keep it drip on your stuff. And like, it's generally, if the water's running, it's not gonna freeze. So it's like it's kind of staying on top of your shit. It's just know what the fuck's up.
That rules. I mean, I guess that's both the pain, but also the pleasure that people take in farming or being connected to the land. Is it kind of?
Oh yeah, this is
straight up decides everything for you.
Right. This is 24/7 camping. This is what all this is. It's like 24/7, 365. You were camping out here in the woods. So, yeah, it's great to be connected to it, but it's also great to already know what you need, already have it on hand. So it's all just going real smooth. And
Is this the first year, in your opinion, that it was this smooth? Like, how long did it take you to get? Okay.
for sure.
How many
For
years?
sure.
That's 3?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That is great.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
living like so many people who would probably hate you if they got to know to use Wet Dream too. It's so funny to think about that. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, like influencers, the trad life influencers, and
Yeah.
homesteader. That's what I was trying to think of. Homesteader type people who, it's like they're too afraid to be racist at the store, so they have to go live in the woods. That seems to be the vibe of a lot of them. It seems to me as I've perused that version of the algorithm. I'm like, oh, you don't even really want to homestead. You just really, really, really hate gay people.
Yeah. Which isn't this vibe at all. I made my first spaghetti sauce using all natural ingredients. About to make a chili. Yeah, it's got big 5-gallon buckets full of like peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah.
I will say that part of my culture I've stayed somewhat connected to through my parents and my in-laws. I know how to can a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm constantly eating. I was thinking today because I got this kraut at Walmart because I saw it and it was on sale and I wanted it, and I was like, oh, I'm never buying kraut again as soon as I can get on top of this because I know how to do that. And because I was like reading on my phone to make sure it wasn't pasteurized, because it's like all the things they got to do to it. And I'm not one of these RFK pasteurizations, but I realize it saves people's lives. But with the kraut, I'm like making sure it's what I want. And then I go, oh, I actually should just make this. Like a lot of times people say that because they're like really romanticizing something that they don't fuck with. But I really should just make my own sauerkraut. It really is just a matter of picking the cabbage and canning it. And that's it. Out of 2 other steps. I know that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's it. And salsa, for your Christmas and Thanksgiving, tamales, if that's your thing. But also like just vegetables, banana peppers, things like that. It's really been great. I'm telling you what else has been great. Being at the feed store and being at these places. You got to get your stuff. You get your hay. You got your straw ahead of time. I got this, anyway, get all that stuff in. And you just sit around with like the old timers and they like know us now. You know what I mean? So we're just sitting there talking about the harvest, talking about whatever, talking about this and that, and goats. And it's crazy, dude. And it's totally different. You don't, whatever. But just to sit around and talk to them, and mountain people, I think especially, they're just a different breed of person. They're just a different breed of individual who lives in Appalachia that farms and stuff like that. Because like, dude, they might be Christian as all day long, but like they believe in some moon shit, some crazy fucking
dude.
Yeah, dude. Some fucking this woolly worm was like, this woolly worm was like a quarter wide. So like this, like they're reading the signs of nature like all around them, dude, and it's fucking nuts, dog. It's nuts the shit you pick up from them, and it's just like it's interesting. It's just a great time to just sit around with a bunch of old folks and goddamn cut the shit with them.
Dude, I think about sometimes all the shit my mama Dane believed fully 100% in her heart, like that there was a man who could find water with a stick, but then also that my video game was satanic against the Lord. It's like there's something really beautiful about. And it's like in my head, I'm like, was she unable to hold both those things in her mind? Or was it like, no, she's completely able to hold this paradox in her mind of like, that's the devil. And this guy, who's clearly, if he's doing witchcraft, is not the devil. And that just makes sense to me. And also, there's a devil. And he's real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the Peter Thiel thing. You see a lot of people going, oh, yeah, well, maybe Greta Thunberg is the Antichrist. They want regulation on it. It's just crazy. People are able to do that. People are able to make whatever is weird to them the devil. And it's not weird to have
whatever's weird to them. No, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think actually growing up in an evangelical culture that I did, and mine was pretty strict, but like I knew people where it was way more strict. I would say that people have to make things that are weird to them the devil. They have, especially when they're young, no other framework through which to explain these weird things that until they encounter it, they didn't know about. And now they need to put it in some place. And the only place they can put it is the devil. So I guess that's the power of myth and story for you. But that is truly why, God damn it, it also just explains everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it
really does. Trump has to be ordained and part of God's plan or the Antichrist.
Yeah.
If you have their worldview. So, of course, they've made him ordained.
Yeah.
God, that's all of that hypocrisy, too, because it's like, well, yeah, but you don't understand. It's not that they don't see that he has a gold toilet. It's just that if they let go of the notion that this was part of God's plan, they only have one other option left. They can't just poo-poo this away as a bad guy who, is a narcissist. They don't have that framework. It's literally this dude's the devil or he's touched by God. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like some people are like, well, okay, what's the revelation here, Drew? Like, I can't, but to know it the way that I know it, which is via experience, I'm telling you that they genuinely are unable psychologically to do anything else with someone as, I'll say, big as Trump, powerful, famous, whatever word you want to throw at it. If someone becomes that much of a force in their life, they literally have to put him on one team or the other. Why they put him on their own team, I'll let you do your analysis or whatever. I understand that it's crazy that it make him the devil, but I'm saying I get now that they literally had no other choice. They had to make him the devil or God. They couldn't do a third thing.
Bro, it's like fucking Obama with in communism. People saying this communist Obama, who was literally put there by Citigroup, fucking legitimately bailed out the bank and took. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing communist about this man. This is Right.
Well, some of them went communist, and then some of them went further and actually just said he was the Antichrist.
Well, what I'm saying is...
But you're right. Yeah. That's another thing that's interesting. They've been offered via communism if they don't want to go full devil, they gave themselves that word.
And you don't blame the banks. You don't blame capitalism. You blame communist fucking Obama. What? Which makes zero sense. But you can't blame the banks because you can't blame capitalism.
I can.
I mean, I can too, but I'm saying it works the same way. It's got to be Obama is the Antichrist. Obama
does work the same way. Yeah, we're talking about binaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
The trans community has been trying to tell us for years that if we'd let go of that, it'd help everything.
Yeah.
But I really like my truck. And women aren't supposed to drive trucks. They wear pink. Well, damn.
Yeah. Damn.
We should start doing a segment, What's Gavy, baby? And just talk about what we've been doing this gay to fight the binary.
I don't think I'm doing much. I'm really not picking up what I should. Not holding up my part of the deal.
You're not carrying the mantle? You're not carrying the cross of the gays?
I don't think so. I should.
I have been here. I got one up at
gay cross.
Yeah, your gay cross, and by gay we mean the way that it's weaponized against people. Because mine is not sexually gay, but it's gay according to the people at my gym. I just been talking to Brian about stuff like this very loudly and openly at my gym because I used to go in there. It's all cops. I used to go in there and be like, it's just not worth it. And I don't know. I think it was Charlie Kirk. and the reaction to him. Something in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've just been going in there, and then every day, me and Brian will talk about whatever, we're catching up, and then I'll just start telling him how I feel. And to him, it's nothing new, but there's some eyebrows around us, and that's how I've been being gay lately.
Okay, that's good. It's good to be gay like that.
Yeah.
There's not really anybody, again, there's not really anybody, even though they're like mega supporters. I don't think that anybody I work with or I've been around some old boys has said a goddamn thing about Charlie Kirk. Said a goddamn thing about it.
Oh, no. This is
As a matter of fact, I've heard more shit about this Argentina bailout than I have, I think.
Good.
There might be some, now, there's some illegal aliens talk still that's
Sure.
But this
That's heartening.
Yeah.
That's really heartening. I'm happy to hear that. Especially because I only referenced Charlie Kirk because I feel like that was the catalyst. That's the kind of shit I've been talking about. I'm just like, I'm in there every day and I'm like, yep, America first my ass, Brian. We're bailing out Argentina. And no one's coming back at me. Maybe they're agreeing with me.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, this is all farmers up here. They all feeling the goddamn fucking crush. They think it's coming after them. How long? We're going to a trade war with China, and we're like, yeah, wait till we don't fucking give you any cooking oil, you bastards. See how you deal over in China without no cooking oil. Eh?
Right. But then they give a $40 billion bailout to Argentina, and it's like, well, they're going to get their cooking oil from Argentina.
They're going to get their cooking oil from whoever, dude. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't need us.
I don't think China has completely decided that's true because things are still kosher. But when they do,
yeah, it's one of those situations that, like, when America decides to take the world economy, which is what it looks like is happening, you know what I mean? When they decide to do it, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think that China has really cut them off, is because of how much of the world depends on this type of economic trade. But if they choose to goddamn, they've got how much money in Bitcoin and all that stuff that they've done with Qatar, and like, how much money do they have? That's just,
they're going to try to pay for a war with FartCoin, aren't they?
I think so.
Because that's like the one thing that's been holding all these monsters back, is that they can't get the old banks on board, because the old banks are like, hey, this is working for us. You can't turn all of the people who buy our shit jobs into AI or slave labor. And they're like, fine, we'll FartCoin it.
Yeah. Once FartCoin's implemented, they don't need us anymore.
I wish I knew more about history to make the joke I want to make. I think there's a great comparison or analogy to be made of I don't know, dude. I feel like there was something where the Spanish purse and grew thin, and then that's how the Brits took over the global slave trade, is because they had the backing of a bigger pile of money. There's some analogy or joke in there about they're trying to get the Italian merchant class. They did Netflix did that documentary on that family. Who are they?
I haven't had Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to know what I'm talking about, because you're in the conspiracy world, and this is the only other group that's blamed for everything for being the Illuminati, other than the Jews and the Rothschilds. It's the Italian family. I can't think of their fucking name. Well, anyway, my point is they're trying to, Rothschilds, that's a fine example. They're trying to make FartCoin their Rothschild family, and it's just so funny, dude.
Yeah, it might work.
They invented, I think, accrual accounting. Smarter Mark, you got to have my back on this. You got to be typing away right now or know who I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. Italian... I'm going to do banking family, the House of Medici.
Oh, okay.
You know about that, right? Did I make that up?
Nah, I know about it, but it's not on my.
Sure.
They funded a lot of Gladio. That goes in with the Catholic Church and stuff like that.
Yes, this is the people behind the Catholic Church. These aren't the Jews. These are the Christians. This is the Christian bank. That's what I was trying to say. Their new house of Medici is the house of FartCoin.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got that together, DJ.
Now I got it. I'm picking you up. Yeah, they say AI is the new god and Bitcoin is the new state. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What's the new drugs? Scrolling?
eating your gruel, a thing, eating a thing.
What's the new art?
Oh, the new art. The new art is oh yeah, man. I think the new art is giving.
Oh,
So,
I like that.
yeah. The new art cannot be we're done with this fascist smelling our own fart. We're talking a lot about farts. Farts are kind of
Farts are back, dude.
huh?
Farts are back.
Farts are back? All right. We're not doing that anymore. We're not just pleasing ourselves anymore. Your art, goes to helping others. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. You getting a television pilot don't mean shit. You fucking feeding some fucking kids and offering some hope to somebody in a real tangible way, in a real corporal fucking sense. Yeah, you're the fucking man.
Dude, this is the closest thing to a segue we can get into this. This came up the other day, and I wanted to ask you if you remembered it, and I wanted to get your comments on it publicly because it's funny. It goes along with what you just said. Do you remember the pitch we made to that company where the pitch was, we buy a church across the street from Corey's house? This is when you were living in Chickamauga. So DJ and Corey were living in Chickamauga. The pitch was, this church building is up for sale. You purchase it for us, production company. We will turn it into a church. We will register it and all that. But the church's tenets will not be based on Christianity. It'd be more like the Flying Spaghetti Monster, if you're familiar with that, or the Church of Satan, which doesn't really believe in Satan. But they were like, okay, and then what? What do you do? And my first pitch was, we start bussing in both homeless people and street workers, or sex workers, for genuine education purposes, to help them, to get them back on their feet, to feed them, and then just see how the town reacts. And those people are like, okay, how are they going to react? And I'm like, well, some will be mad. Some will be real mad. Some will have to admit that their religion makes it to where they need to help take care of these people. These dudes are like, so you're just going to bust in a bunch of whores and see what happens in this town? I'm like, yeah, when you say it like that, it kind of sounds evil.
Yeah. Not anything more evil than anything else, though. Let's just be clear here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Not anything more evil than what Nickelodeon was up to. You know,
it wasn't any more evil than what they were pitching to us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's 100% true. That was all bad.
What I realize now that maybe I couldn't have articulated then is it was us. But to be fair to them, this is how you get in trouble. But in my head, I didn't even think of how this felt like a human experiment. It's weird. I was like, no, it's just funny, and we will help these people because we're funny and we're good people. But they were like, yeah, but then a pastor's going to shoot somebody. And I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, I guess that would be on me if that happened. That's okay. Yeah.
You need Nathan Fielder for something like that.
It was very Nathan for you. That guy is a psychopath, but he is so entertaining. Sometimes me and Andy try to watch one of the seasons, and at the end, I was like, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, he's trolling everybody. Literally, the whole thing is trolling literally everybody.
Yeah.
And that's.
It's more hurtful than Mr. Beast to me. Is that because I'm old? Am I trying to
artful? Yeah, for sure. And let me not say that let me not say trolling. Let me say it's like interactive art. Like, you become, as a viewer, a part of the experiment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Nah,
it's a mirror.
Yeah, it's a mirror, but also it's interesting. It's an interesting. It's what we call high concept art. Mm-hmm. And we give it a B.
I like giving it a V. Do you think that you can make an argument to me that it is morally better than what Mr. Beast does? Mr. Beast is is like the biggest YouTube prank guy.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I know nothing about that guy. I've heard people say things about him. I've liked to talk shit about him. I'm like, oh, look at Mr. Beast, but I don't.
Right.
Have never seen a thing.
So the difference is just that it's low. It's low concept version of that. So the question is, really, by making it higher concept, is there more moral or artistic value to what Nathan For You's doing? Mr. Beast does things like, okay, we're gonna have this big game prize, and someone's gonna win $100 grand, and then he gets the contestants to turn on each other and like break down in real time and kind of like throw their own morals out the window, kind of like as proof of like. I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, see what people do for money.
Yeah, that's kind of like one of the. That's like what was the prison, the Stanford prison project?
But how is Nathan not? And I'm not saying he is. I'm asking you to give me the argument.
I think because like him flying the plane and then going on CNN.
That's his best one. Fair to you, though. You're allowed to use the best one. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
There's some worse ones, but yes, keep going.
Yeah, the thing with the kid was pretty bad.
That was brutal.
It was brutal. I don't understand it. There's nothing I can say about it. Maybe there was something there that he was trying to say. I don't understand it.
I think it didn't go the way he thought it would, and then he didn't know what to do, and he had to give HBO some episodes.
Yeah, I mean, and that could be fair. Dude, HBO is definitely a part of this. They are definitely a part of the whole. Like they. So that could have been something on them.
Yeah,
you know what
he's
I mean?
Mr. Beast for liberals. I just figured that out. That's who Nathan Philbin is.
Okay. I fair. I can't discredit that. But I just think, I don't know. And also, what is valuable? If we're just watching something on TV, is that valuable? Did we gain anything from it?
I don't know.
This conversation that we could literally have been talking about anything else.
Sure. I think I'll make the argument. On the plain one, the value there is making a lot of us kind of go, and a lot of us knew this, but it helps to see it, to learn it, not just logically, but emotionally. Oh, we make all this up.
Right.
And that means, and then you can extrapolate whatever you want from that. For me, I would go, and that means maybe I don't need to hang on to some of my sacred cows so tightly, and that might propel us to a better society or culture.
Right. I think that this is definitely the time to give up your sacred cows.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to eat something. Guys, still got it here. In Band-Aid land. I have so many Band-Aids on this desk, and I don't know why.
Well, good.
That's good enough. I feel like we were both looking at each other like, all right, we got 8 more minutes. What else? But we're done. You and I are done with this podcast. This hour I'm making.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. That's good for me. That's good with me. That's good.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad we talked about all the things that we talked about.
Me too.
I enjoyed it.
I did too. I'll plug something. I'm going to be in Huntsville, Alabama on Friday, the 17th. I think this will come out the morning of Friday the 17th. So if you are in or near Huntsville, Alabama, coming out and see me. If you're like an hour and a half away and you're like, I don't know if I want to drive it, message me and I'll get you a free ticket, and then that'll make up for the gas money. That's it. I think the other planned shows I have the rest of the year is in December. I'll be with Well Read at Zany's, as we do every year at the end of the year. And that's all I had to plug, dude. I read Parable of the Sower. I'm late on that one. I know that's a classic, and I loved it. Then I read the Einstein, not Connection. God damn it. What is the name of this book? I hate when I do this, DJ. Intersection. And I enjoyed it very much. It is the weirdest book I've ever enjoyed.
Nice.
So
Good.
I wanted to let people know that I liked those two books a lot.
I've been reading Kafka, and it's all weird. It's really weird. It's really weird that he was that he was an absurdist, and all talking about authoritarianism. Just tell you, reading this forward, and they're talking about how the things that he was saying were so ridiculous. Like he would be laughing out loud while reading his work. Here we are, but and he was before, I think, passed away before World War II. And like now we're at this place where you're like listening to it, and you're like, holy shit, no. That's exactly how it works.
It's not funny, actually.
Yeah, it's actually not funny. This is it's still absurd, but like
Well, they say, there's a like cliche, comedy is tragedy plus time, but I really think it's distance. And I think it's the ability to be removed from the tragedy. And so, I would say that it was funny to him. I mean, dude, if you weren't living in this time in the U.S., it is objectively so goddamn funny. Trump said he wasn't going to get into heaven the other day.
Yeah.
The simulation is going haywire.
Yeah, he also admitted that he just takes bribes to do foreign fucking deals. Just straight up said it.
It's so funny if it didn't matter.
Yeah,
your future.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man.
Get out in your community. Do cool stuff. Cool people.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. The Parable of the Sower, I did not know this when I picked it up. It's not why I picked it up at all. Genuinely, Andy bought it for me for a birthday gift. One of the main themes in this book, which is sort of the American empire is crumbling in the book. And one of the main themes is all the people who were like, well, we'll be back to normal soon. And this girl's frustration was like, no, we won't.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Learn how to garden and shoot a gun. And I was like, man, if I believed in divine providence, I think I got this book right on time. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
I love you. I love everybody. Hope to see you in Huntsville. Good night.
Good night.
Godspeed and good luck.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,